before the Silk Road, before the Roman Empire ruled the Mediterranean, another trade network shaped the ancient world. A mysterious land beyond the Red Sea, a place the ancient Egyptians called the land of Punt, a land rich with gold, incense, exotic animals, spices, and powerful merchants. For centuries, historians debated its location, but many researchers now believe the answer points toward the Somali coast. In this program, we uncover the forgotten story of Somali traders, ancient Egyptians, and Greek merchants, and how the Horn of Africa became one of the world's earliest global trade centers. More than 4,000 years ago, ancient Egyptian pharaohs organized dangerous expeditions across the Red Sea. Their destination? A wealthy kingdom they described as paradise. The Egyptians called it Punt. Ancient inscriptions described Punt as a land filled with frankincense, myrrh, ebony wood, gold, ivory, leopard skins, monkeys, exotic birds. These were luxury products in the ancient world. And one item was more valuable than almost anything else: frankincense and myrrh. These aromatic resins were used in religious ceremonies, royal burials, perfumes, medicine, and temples across Egypt and the Mediterranean. And the Somali region was one of the world's richest sources. Historians and archaeologists have long connected the Horn of Africa, especially modern Somalia, Eritrea, and Djibouti, to the ancient land of Punt. Some Egyptian texts even called Punt God's land. One of the most famous trade missions happened during the reign of Queen Hatshepsut, around 1470 BCE. Egyptian ships sailed south through the Red Sea to establish trade relations with Punt. The walls of Hatshepsut's temple still show detailed carvings of the expedition. We see trading ships, incense trees, African animals, and local Puntite leaders greeting Egyptian diplomats. This was not conquest. This was international trade diplomacy. The Egyptians brought beads, weapons, jewelry, tools, and manufactured goods. In exchange, Puntite merchants exported incense, gold, ivory, livestock, and rare natural products. The trade was so important that Egyptians transported live frankincense trees back to Egypt. Imagine that. Ancient Somali region merchants were participating in international commerce thousands of years before many civilizations even existed. Centuries later, another civilization arrived: the Greeks. Greek sailors and merchants became fascinated by the trade routes of the Red Sea and Indian Ocean. By around the 1st century CE, Greek writers documented East African trade in a famous text called The Periplus of the Erythraean Sea. This ancient maritime guide described trading ports along the Somali coast, places such as Malau, Moussalon, Opone, and Avalites. Many historians connect these ports to areas in modern-day Somalia. The Greeks described Somali merchants as skilled traders who exported cinnamon, tortoise shells, incense, ivory, and spices. These products traveled from the Horn of Africa to Egypt, Greece, Rome, Arabia, Persia, and India. The Somali coast became one of the most important commercial crossroads on Earth. The Horn of Africa's geography gave Somali merchants a powerful advantage. They controlled key maritime routes connecting Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. Ancient sailors depended on seasonal monsoon winds. Somali ports became critical stopping points for ships traveling across the Indian Ocean. Trade brought wealth, cultural exchange, technologies, languages, and political influence. The Horn of Africa was never isolated. It was connected to the ancient global economy long before modern globalization existed. Some historians even argue Somali sailors were among the earliest expert navigators of the Indian Ocean. Today, much of this history is rarely taught in global classrooms. But the evidence remains. In Egyptian temple carvings, Greek writings, archaeological discoveries, and ancient trade routes still visible today. For thousands of years, the Somali people and the Horn of Africa played a major role in connecting civilizations. This was not a forgotten corner of the world. This was a center of commerce, a gateway between continents, a land respected by Egyptians, Greeks, Arabs, and Romans, and perhaps one of Africa's earliest international trade powers. The story of ancient Somali trade is more than history. It is a reminder that Africa was never disconnected from the world. It helped build the world. From the incense routes of Punt to the ports described by Greek sailors, the Horn of Africa stood at the crossroads of civilization, and its legacy still echoes across the Red Sea and Indian Ocean today.
Dum 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 dum.